Yeah, so we have very little Gilbert White material here, unfortunately, at the Natural History Museum. We have some copies of his book, including two first editions in our special collections in the library. And we do have a fair chunk of shelving dedicated to Gilbert White, but the one special artefact we have is the shell of Timothy the Tortoise, which is a female spur-thighed tortoise, and was Gilbert White's pet that he inherited from his aunt.
The old Sussex tortoise that I've mentioned to you so often has become my property. I dug it out of its winter dormitory in March last, when it was enough awakened to express its resentments by hissing.
Now, trying to piece together a little bit at the moment quite why we have that tortoise shell, and actually the clue to it, because we don't have very much documentation around it really, actually I managed to uncover in the collections of the Selborne Society. Now, all their archive material is held at the Linnean Society over at Burlington House, and while going through some of the letters included in there, I stumbled across a couple of letters from Georgiana White, who was Gilbert's niece. And she'd inherited the tortoise shell after Timothy had died. It only actually survived Gilbert by, I think, about a year. And the letters are discussing with the then director of the Zoological Society of London, now London Zoo, if the tortoise would be best placed with them. And within those letters, it's recommended that it comes to the British Museum, as we were then. So we ended up with the shell, a bit of a convoluted route, and we're still trying to piece together a little of the history of it in our collections. Over time, it's lost a couple of its scutes. Those are the little pieces that form the tortoise shell, and unfortunately, because they're sat on bone, which heats and cools at different rates to the shell, some of those sometimes can pop off. So if you look at the specimen really closely, you'll see there's some white bits underneath. They almost look like plaster, and it's actually the bone underneath the tortoise shell. So Timothy's had a few experiences, I think, over time.